What can you tell us about what the United States might know about a possible chemical weapons attack by Russia?
Well, it is very much Russian tradecraft to essentially blame the other side for what they intend to do. And so when the Russians claim that Ukraine or Ukraine and the United States have a secret chemical or biological weapons program, it means that they're contemplating using biological or chemical weapons and blaming Ukraine. This is how they lay the foundation for another false flag operation. And I think it's very smart and very important that the Biden administration is putting this out there, putting the world on notice that if biological or chemical weapons rear their ugly head, that this is part of Russia's terrorism against the people of Ukraine. So Russia's capable of this. This is Russian tradecraft, whether they'll go through it or not. I hope that fronting this will help discourage that. But I think the more Putin is meeting resistance, the more indiscriminate the attacks and the more that Russians contemplate the unthinkable, including using these weapons.
We saw this report from the New York Times tonight that Vladimir Putin is considering nationalizing foreign companies, American companies that have assets in Russia, but companies that have stopped doing business there. They believe they've stopped doing business there temporarily and expect to resume doing business there at some point in the future, presumably. What does that tell you about the situation in Russia that Vladimir Putin is considering, as one Russian businessman, Russian billionaire said, taking the country back 100 years?
Well, it tells us that the sanctions that we and our allies have put on Russia are devastating the Russian economy, and they're contemplating retaliation that they never expected they would have to consider, but then they never thought the world would get its act together this strongly and punish the Russian economy. And look, I would say, like the State Department has said, Americans need to get out of Russia. I think American businesses need to stop doing business in Russia. Whether they'll ever be able to go back, I don't know. But right now, they ought to close down their operations. I think it is not only having an economic impact, but I think it's having a psychological impact on the Russian people. It breaks through the Russian firewall, their internet firewall, when Russians see American iconic businesses shutting down. It causes them to ask questions. We want the Russian people to ask those questions. The more pressure we can put on, I think the more quickly we can get Putin to stop this tragic and brutal war of aggression.